Hello everybody, it is yours truly, Frogo Green, and I am here today to tell you that I am starting my podcast every Friday and Saturday as I am a former CJW legendary champion and a former wrestler and manager, and I'll be having a podcast where my wrestlers will come on here and talk about never before stories and their point of views. So first things first, let's see who's coming today. Today, my guest that will be standing beside me from Akron, Ohio, weighing in at 230 pounds. At a height of 5'8", the last ever Falcon champion, Mavin! Mavin! Well, Mavin, I'd like to welcome you to Talking Green with Frogo Green. How you doing? I've been doing pretty good. Been in the gym, doing my workouts since CJW has ended. I have still tried to stay in the lab, alright? So stay in the gym, kids. Today I got a series of questions for you, about your CJW career. You were very successful, winning the Falcon and technically tag team titles. Thank you. And, I just got some questions that the fans would like, so how about let's get started? Let's do it. The first question that some of the fans and myself have is that during your Falcon title reign, you were crushing a lot of people's souls. You were breaking their hearts. They thought they were going to get closer to your title, but you ended up destroying them. Now, one of your infamous rivalries was the one with your former friend Silver. So I must ask, how do you think your rivalry with Silver went, and how in depth was that? First question is my rivalry with Silver. In 2023, me and Silver, we had a lot of good matches. Some days he'll get the best of me, other days I'll get the best of him. We used to be punching each other literally square in the ring, night after night after night. I had a lot of moves that were devastating and that could hurt his body, and he had a lot, especially this one submission. It was really bad. It just hurt. Everybody know the root of the match started from our August 6th or 7th match, and that personally I feel he brought the most out of me, of me being the heel and him being the face, and I had to learn to play that character. Our beef was so heavy, we tried to hurt each other, put each other through tables. Really, the attention was on Uni to see if she would stay loyal to her man. She obviously chose me. This didn't allow me to tap into my tribal chief persona. Arguably, people would say the most destructive part of my career, but it did make me take one move that I would never take again. What was it? Some pictures. I already have to worry about Silver because me and him been going back. And with Uni, like my partner in crime, now I have to deal with her rivals too. I don't hit women, but then here comes Lilo. So look, I'm in a rivalry with Knuckles, Silver, and Ziote at Payback. I wasn't coming. I remember the pay-per-view. And then I win, obviously. Then I retain the title. I go to kiss Uni and boom! A knee of glory by Lilo, and she attacks Uni as well. And now she's a part of my beef. People really underestimate women because their moves do hurt. But I know you took more painful moves from a guy like Rocksteady. So I gotta ask you the second question. With Rocksteady's rivalry, how do you feel it went when people say got robbed at Mania 10? Let's get into it. Rocksteady was difficult to beat because he would beat me up every chance he got. It was rare for me one knocking him down. So hyped for WrestleMania that he wanted to embarrass me by putting me through tables, like wooden ones. I ain't gonna lie, when Mania come around, I was scared as hell. And he started off the match kicking my ass too in a 3 stages of hell match. Yeah, I was at Mania too, but luckily I wasn't facing Steady at Mania. I seen the clips. Look, Frogo, when I was at my lowest, there was one man to save me when I was getting my butt beat. I hit the spring solo. I'm about to win. And boom. Hit me with a hard pile driver. Hard one. It was like time stopped. Yeah, you got spiked on your brain. Punch connected, and so did that chair shot. Steady got hit with unlimited shots to the back. It was vicious, but then it only got worse because one man came. And still to this day, I say it's one of the best debuts. He made Steady like a minion the way he squashed him. But after that, he put me on top of Steady. And for y'all say, the screw job happened where Steady was supposed to win, but I did. Monkray went on to do what he had to do. He whipped Steady. If I already had problems with Steady, I know I wasn't going to get in Monk Ray's way. And Steady's too much Monk Ray problems, nor Steady problems after that, but that's good. So, with holding the Falcon title, my next question that's coming in is, how did it feel to be the Falcon champion and have all that weight on your shoulder? Obviously, I had a fair share of Knuckles problems and Silver problems that always got resolved. It was hard. Honestly, I don't think Mix got enough credit. He put me to my limit. So you think that Mix really pushed you? Yeah. He tried to bring out the best of me. All my opponents did, but I don't think I got enough credit. So when I was Falcon champ, I had a lot of weight on my shoulders. I knew. Gotta live up to the name, so that's why I wanted to defend against Eddie. But you know, I was still spinning, soloing, and destroying all your favorite wrestlers during this time. Until Backlash. For all my supporters out there and the people who love me as I look in this camera, I did disappoint y'all at Backlash. You know what happened. That night, I was robbed and got speared hardly by a returning Barry, which is that I helped start the Dark Order, but you know, no one will give me that credit anyways. I was on the receiving end of a hard black mask by Skaman that still hurts my jaw to this day. The icing on the cake, because the Dark Order hate me so bad. In comes Gabe to kick my head off and take my most valuable title. Technically, it wasn't your title because it was the Ultimo title, not the Falcon one. Do you want to go there? Yeah, I get it. Gabe crushed my dreams and won my title. It's very unfortunate, Mavin, but, you know, you shared the ring with one of the GOATs of all time, Dipsy. You know, multiple times, technically Survivor Series, at, you know, Royal Rumble, and technically Worlds Collide. So I want to ask you, how did it feel to share the ring with Dipsy? I love Dipsy. Let's get to this. The special part of that night wasn't just us getting eliminated by Miles, but the anticipation. Music hits, obviously I come out at #1, like I said, because I just remember pacing that ring, getting excited, because still I'm young facing the GOAT. And dead that night, nobody knew who was about to come out, but I knew. And that's when we created this amazing moment of that face-to-face that broke the internet. And I was able to witness the way that Dipsy controls the crowd like no other. And when you look at me face-to-face, it was crazy. But as everybody knows, that was not the last interaction because it happened later on in December. Yep. So when I got that letter from Quali, I knew it was game time. You know, he got his little offense on Quali, hitting those 2 dips in days, but he can't say the same for the 3rd. He picked up Quali for the 3rd, and I speared the crap out of him like Barry did to me. Then I made sure he didn't take the Worlds Collide title. One thing about me, I don't forget, and I'll be on your ass until you let me beat you up. And then comes Worlds Collide night, Dipsy versus Mavin. Made sure I gave him hell at Worlds Collide. All right, and the rest we don't have to talk about. We don't have to talk about the rest. Nope, put up the image. No. I put up this image when the Dark Order took away my championship and put it in the garbage. What are you doing? Because if you remember that, I got a surprise. Ew, it stinks. Cameraman, smell it. No, cut it. Maven's house stinks. See you on the next episode.
Feel the pain that I try to contain. My heart is black as the blood in my veins, and I'm coming to get it on.